Gosh, it's week 2. It's gonna be so much fun. So, for everybody who did not see the team's message, this week we will be starting to ramp up that intensity. It won't be that noticeable because you guys are already pretty well prepared with previous classes, and I think you guys will be fine. I just want to emphasize a little bit more that this class we will be working on the control and strength aspect of the Pilates and the yoga part together. So we're just going to try to be a little more slow, a little more intentional with our movements. This is just making sure that we're using the right muscles. We have a lot of shoulder work today and an additional leg work. So just making sure you're squeezing your leg muscles or squeezing your shoulder. You don't want to be like caving forward, caving backward, putting all of your weight on your wrists because that's going to make you hurt tomorrow, and I want you to come back on Thursday. With that, hold on, we got a whole thing of notes. We do have blocks in that room. So if anything does get to be a little too intense, feel free to grab those blocks. They help you stay more lifted and just more balanced in general, so you're not having to like this move. When you go like this, you can hold on to the blocks like that, so you don't bend it all the way forward. You're not like overstretching anything. With that, let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna come into that child's pose, knees wide on the mat, walking your hands forward. You might spread your knees a little bit wider if you're looking for a deeper hip stretch. From here, we're just focusing on our breathing, bringing awareness to all 4 corners of our body. Wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, feeling your forearms pressed into the mat. Might take a moment to try box breathing here. In for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. Slowly letting go of any tension that's built up throughout the day. Feel free to rock side to side if you'd like to add a little bit of flow through this stretch here. Waking up your hips. Option to increase intensity by slowly walking your fingertips forward. Letting your chest fall further and further to the ground. Should feel a deep stretch through your hips and your shoulders. Go ahead and take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to come up to that tabletop position, your neutral tabletop. You want to keep your shoulders stacked over your wrists and your knees stacked under your hips. Should be a straight line from your head all the way to your hips here. We're gonna head into those cat-cows. As you inhale, you're gonna arch your chest up and your back down. And as you exhale, you're gonna come all the way back up. Using your core to stay lifted, tucking your pelvis under. Doing this with your own breath. Try to count to 2 or 3 every time you meet the end of one stretch. Taking a full deep breath in and a full exhale out. Should feel like there's a string attached to your belly button and somebody is pulling you up. Trying to keep all of that pressure on the heels of your palms. Slowly trying to arch your back further and further, lifting your chest higher. Go ahead and do this 2 more times. And last one, deep breath in. Exhale, coming all the way back to that neutral spine. Again, you want your face looking down at the mat and a straight line from the top of your head to your hips. We're going to alternate lifting your left arm and your right leg. Hold. Deep breath in, making sure your core is engaged. You're looking for length through your fingertips and the tops of your toes. Exhale, lowering all the way back down. Inhale, lifting right arm, left leg. Lifting through your left glute and your right shoulder. Hold here, deep breath in. Lifting through your core. Exhale, lower. Again, left hand up, right leg back. Finding length. Pushing through the heel of your palm, lifting up with your core. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lifting right arm, left leg. Hold. Exhale, lower. You should be feeling this throughout your core and in your glute. Really trying to maintain that straight line. Exhale, lower. We're going to do it one more time on the other side. Hold here. As you exhale this time, you're going to bring your knee to your elbow. And exhale again, finding length. Knee to elbow. One deep breath in. Exhale, reaching out. You want to hold for one deep breath every time you change. That could vary for everybody, so just doing this with your own breath at your own pace for 2 more. Really trying to crunch your stomach. And last one, deep breath in, elbow to knee. Exhale, lift, and lower all the way back down. Lifting your left arm now, reaching your right leg back. One deep breath in, exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch. Really making sure we're keeping that straight line through our back. If you get tired, feel free to take that break. You want to maintain proper form so we're not hurting anything. For 2 more. Last one, really trying to stretch out as far as possible. Deep breath in. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Curling your toes underneath of you, pushing through the heels of your palms. You want to use your shoulders to lift yourself up. Coming into a downward dog. Pedaling your feet out, waking up the backs of your legs. Working towards pushing your rib cage into the tops of your thighs. One deep breath in. And as you exhale, you're going to walk your hands to your feet. This time around, deep breath in. Coming all the way up to standing, reaching your hands to the ceiling. Taking those little side bends if that feels good to you. One deep breath in. Exhale, lowering your hands to prayer, stepping to the outside of your mat. Think you know where this is going. Deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lowering, engaging your glutes. Keeping your knees above your ankles. And exhale, pushing yourself all the way up. Inhale, lower. Still engaging those glutes. Exhale, push all the way back up. Inhale, lower. Making sure you're not rounding out that back. Exhale, lift. One more time. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. This time we're going to go into our little squat pulses, so slowly lowering down. Deep breath in, and we're just going to pulse. Still keeping those glutes on the entire time. Your knees Knees should be steady. You don't want them to wobble. Using your legs. For 2, 3, 4, 5. Standing all the way back up. Walking your feet back to the middle. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Interlacing your hands behind your back. Slowly melting forward. This is uncomfortable for you at all, feel free to just go into a normal forward fold with your hands hanging in front of you. Deep breath in. Exhale, unhooking your hands, bringing your fingertips to your temples. Just gonna half lift, using your glutes, keeping your back straight. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, half lift, keeping those glutes on. Knees are still above ankle. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower all the way down. This time, just lifting up your left side, facing the left wall. Deep breath in, hold. Bending one knee. Exhale, coming back to center. Opening up to the right side, bending your left knee. Hold, one deep breath. Exhale, coming back to center. Inhale, opening to the left, bending your right knee. Hold, back to center. One more time. Inhale, lifting to the right. Hold, one deep breath. Exhale, coming back to center. Lowering your hands all the way down to the mat. Taking one deep breath here in your forward fold. Exhale, walking your hands forward. Coming into that high plank, you want the heels of your palm directly under your shoulders. Lifting through your core. Exhale, you're going to slowly lower down, bending those elbows. Pushing yourself all the way up. Coming into an upward facing dog. If this is difficult for you, feel free to go all the way to the mat. Lower into baby cobra. Still lifting through those triceps. Feel free to look over each shoulder. Taking one deep breath. Exhale, lowering all the way down, pushing back into that child's pose. Deep breath. Roll out your wrists if you need to. One more deep breath in. You're going to come all the way back, finding your tabletop position, stepping into that high plank, stepping your left foot to the outside of your mat. Feel free to lower down that right knee and push your knee outward. Slowly letting your hips sink further and further into the mat. Try keeping your pelvis parallel to the floor beneath you. Holding here. Taking one more big deep breath in. As you exhale, placing your palm back on the mat, curling your toes back underneath you. Step into that high plank. This is going to be everybody's favorite. This is a compound flow, but from here you're going to pick your knee up, your left leg, and slowly lower it down, pushing yourself back up and extending up. Knee bent towards the chest, lower to ground, push back up, and extend it outward. Your goal here is to stay in that high plank position. If this is difficult for you, Please feel free to sit back in that child's pose or take a modification. Only 2 more times. Lowering down, staying lifted, pushing through those triceps. Lifting through your core and that left glute. Last one. And lifting back up. Coming back, bringing both knees to the ground, finding that tabletop position. Since your right arm's probably so sore, feel free to pick that one up. Pick up your left leg. Do a modified bird dog, but this time we're going to use a windshield wiper. Bringing your right arm to the right and your left leg to the left. You're really going to feel a burn through your core here. Just make sure you're breathing every time you move. Pushing through the heel of your left palm. Slow and in control. If this is difficult for you, feel free to take those taps with your leg. Deep breath in. For 2 more. Last one. Exhale, lowering them all the way down. Curling your toes underneath you. Pushing back, finding that downward dog. Feel free to take a few breaths here, still pushing through those shoulders. Looking to get your ribs to the tops of your thighs. Deep breath in. Exhale, you're going to walk your feet to your hands. Deep breath in, lifting all the way up, finding length through your fingertips. Taking those little side bends if that feels comfortable. Exhale, bringing your hands to prayer for our next little flow. Bringing your knee up to tree pose. Sending it all the way back. Option to just stay in that lunge here if you find balance is difficult. If you'd like to test your balance, feel free to bring your leg all the way up, coming into Warrior 3. Deep breath in, letting your foot glide all the way back up. Coming back into that tree pose. For an added intensity level, feel free to leave your leg up the entire time or take those taps. Deep breath in, coming back to tree. Exhale, sending your foot backward. Should be staying lifted through that right glute, engaging your right leg, pressing into all 4 corners of your foot. Deep breath out, sending your foot back. Making sure you're using all the required muscle groups here. Last one. Bringing it all the way back up to tree pose. If you saw that, no you didn't. Feel free to stay in tree or hook your foot over top of your right leg, slowly lowering down, coming all the way to pigeon. Taking one deep breath here. If you need a break, feel free to just go into standing, reaching to the ceiling. Taking one deep breath in. Exhale, coming all the way back up. Finding your tree pose, setting your leg back down. Reach to the sky. One deep breath. Exhale, forward fold. Deep breath in. From here, your next inhale, we're going to take a half lift. Opening those hands up, finding our Y pose. Exhale, lowering those arms, coming down all the way. Should be activating your shoulder blades. One more time, half lift, inhale. Bringing your arms to that Y. Should feel like you're trying to pinch a pencil between your shoulder blades. Squeeze. Exhale, lower all the way down. One more time, inhale, half lift. Exhale. toes all the way up, squeezing them really tight. And exhale, lower all the way back down. Taking one full deep breath here. And on your next exhale, you're going to step your left foot back, bringing your right leg to the outside of the mat, lowering down to your left knee. Go ahead and push your right knee outward. Same thing as the left side, still trying to keep your hips parallel to the ground. On every exhale, you're wanting to slowly sink further to the ground, finding length through every inhale. Deep breath in. Trying to sink a little bit further for one more deep breath. As you exhale, you're going to place both palms back onto the mat. Curl your left toes under. Lift. Find that high plank. Since you all were screaming with excitement last time, we're going to do it again. Bring your knee to your chest. Lowering it down to the mat. Exhale, push up. Lifting that leg upward. And then doing it all over again. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, lower. Then lift. Knee to chest. Lower. And lift. Pushing through the heels over your palms, trying to keep your shoulders over your wrists. Bending your elbows a little bit, lifting through your right glute. For 2 more. Prioritizing that quality. Last one. Lift, extend, bring it back to your chest, lowering all the way down to both knees. Let's take windshield wipers for that right side now, lifting your right arm up, left leg back, and sending them to the side. If you did this side, feel free to do the other side. Making sure you're taking those deep breaths, staying lifted through your core. This is a very difficult movement. Option to take those taps as well. Just remember, slow and controlled, activating your main muscle groups. For 2 more. And last one. Letting your leg and your arm fall all the way down, pushing back into that child's pose. Rolling out your wrists, if that feels good to you. For 1 more deep breath. Walking your hands to the left. Allowing your right side to stretch out. Feel free to increase that intensity by walking just a little bit further. Deep breath in. Exhale, walking back to center, and then walking over to your right. Allowing that left side body to stretch. Holding here for 1 more deep breath. Deep breath in, walking back to center. You're going to push yourself up, making sure the heels of your palms are directly under your shoulders. Pushing through the heels of your palm, curling your toes under. Coming up to that downward facing dog, pedaling your feet out. Deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, lifting all the way up, fingertips to the sky. Exhale, lowering down to prayer. Lifting your right leg up, finding that tree pose. Sending it back, warrior three. Feel free to stay low in that lunge. You can also tap your foot up if you're trying to work towards that balance. You might find that one side has more balance than the other. It's okay. Exhale, lifting all the way back up, finding that tree pose. Inhale, coming back down. Feel free to tap the mat, tap to center, and tap to tree. If you'd like to add that increase of intensity, staying lifted that whole time. Deep breath in, coming back to tree. Making sure we're engaging that left glute, staying strong through all four corners of our left foot. Coming back, lifting back up, sending that foot back. One more time. And lifting back up, finding that tree pose. Staying here, or feel free to hook that right foot over top of your left leg. Slowly lowering down to that standing pigeon. Deep breath in. Exhale, lifting all the way back up. Deep breath in, reach to the sky. Crossing your feet. Exhale, coming all the way down to that forward fold. You're going to slowly lower all the way down to that seated crisscross position. What we're going to do here is take your left forearm, place it down on the mat, lifting your right arm up and above your head. Feel free to stay on that left hand as well if you feel like you don't have that kind of range of motion. From here, we're just going to take our forearm or our right elbow, bring it down to the mat. Exhale, lifting it back up. One deep breath in, looking for that length. And exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, lift, opening that chest up a little bit more. And exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lowering all the way back down. For two more. Lift. And lower. Last one, lift. And lower. This time we're going to lift all the way back up, taking our arms over our head, twist, and reaching back with our left arm. Trying to stretch out that bicep, that shoulder, wanting to keep your chest up. Deep breath in. Exhale, we're going to come back to center, lowering all the way down on our right forearm, placing our left hand behind our head. Be sure you're not pulling your head down. It always helps to put your fingertips to your temple as well, but we're just going to lower our arm. Exhale, lift, working towards that range of motion. Using your breath, moving up as you inhale, lowering down as you exhale. Trying to open your chest up a little bit more every time. Deep breath in. For two more. And And last one, lowering down. This time as you lift, you're going to lift all the way back up, bringing your arms all the way to the ceiling. Exhale, twisting to the right, stretching out your right shoulder. Deep breath in. Still trying to open your chest further on every exhale, making sure your head and your spine is lifted on every inhale. Deep breath in. Exhale, coming back to center. This time, we're going to fall back just a little bit onto your forearms. You know what time it is. Go ahead and lift one leg up, straighten it, and lowering it all the way back down. Circling it like a single leg bicycle, lifting it back up, lowering it down. Still trying to stay lifted through that core. This is just the warm-up. It's okay. Planting that leg, lifting up your other leg, reverse bicycling. For 2 more. And last one. Lift both legs now, still staying lifted through that core. And we're going to reverse bicycle. Trying to keep that back up, pelvis lifted up. Should feel this in your core. Deep breath in. One more. Lifting your knee all the way back up. Feel free to straighten them both out. Exhale, lowering your right leg. Lifting it back up. Inhale, lowering your left. Alternating here. Should be getting a little shake through that core. If you'd like to increase the intensity, feel free to flutter click them all the way down. Deep breath in. And exhale, lowering all the way back down to the ground. Coming off of your forearms. Deep breath in. Holding here. Next time, as you exhale, try to get your lower back all the way on the mat, lifting your pelvic floor up and in, pressing through the heels of your feet. You're going to push yourself all the way up, lifting those glutes, squeezing them. Holding here, activating those glutes, using that core. One deep breath, then lower all the way back down. Deep breath in. Still keeping that lower back all the way on the mat, lifting our pelvic floor up and in, pushing through the heels of your feet. One more time, lifting all the way back up. Deep breath in. And lowering all the way back down. And do this one more time. Bringing your lower back all the way to the mat. Lifting your pelvic floor up and in. Pressing through the heels of your feet. Coming into that glute bridge. Squeezing through your glutes. Exhale, lowering all the way back down. Taking one deep breath in, lifting your right leg. Putting it over top of your left, grabbing onto the back of your left hamstring or your left shin, gently pulling it closer to you. Feel free to rock side to side if that feels comfortable. ready, you're going to send both hands to either side of your body and slowly let your hips fall to the left. Trying to keep both shoulders on the ground. Simultaneously feeling a deep stretch through your lower back. One more deep breath in. Exhale, lifting all the way back up to center, kicking that foot out. Lifting your left foot, hooking it over top of your right. Grab onto the back of your hamstring or your right shin. Rocking side to side if needed. One more deep breath in. When you're ready, sending both hands to either side of your body, gently letting your hips fall to the right. Next breath, you're going to lift all the way back up to center, unhooking your left leg from your right, placing the soles of your feet together, gently letting your knees fall outward. One hand over your heart, one hand over your stomach. We're going to meet here for our last few breaths of class today. Taking this time to set your intentions for the rest of the day. Slowly letting yourself relax. Bring awareness to all four corners of your body, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, feeling the rise and fall of your chest, slowly allowing yourself to sink further and further into the mat. Feel free to box breathe here, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold, and repeat. Of today's class. Feel free to stay and stretch if that feels good to you. Thank you all so much for another amazing week, and I'll see you all again on Thursday. If you haven't gotten the chance to already, feel free to